Lupe Asom, TVC News, Kaduna.
Well, in other news now, the leadership of the National Assembly has donated 100 million naira to the victims of the recent community attacks across Bokkos, Riyom and Bassa council areas of Plateau State. Well, members of the House of Representatives from Plateau, led by the former Deputy Speaker, Ahmed Wase, visited the state governor, where they handed over a check of 50 million naira to him. The delegation then proceeded to Riyom, Bassa and Bokkos council areas, where they handed over another sum of 50 million naira to the victims through their traditional rulers. Well, the gesture was well received and appreciated by the various communities.
As a man that is very compassionate and is a very passionate leader, he feels the pain of Nigerians, and anywhere anything of this nature has happened, he has shown that level of compassion. It's not only happening that he is reaching out to Plateau today, he's reached out to various states when these things have occurred.
When we contacted him and we gave him our reports, the feeling of our people, he responded immediately by sending us a token of 10 million.
Over the past 5 years, they have incessant attacks. This time, I cried out from my caucus in the Plateau State that are representing the Plateau State in the National Assembly. We went to the Speaker, we cried for him, and the Speaker, in his magnanimity, gave us a goodwill for the people of Irigwe. We brought it today with joy, even though in pains. We appreciate God for this opportunity. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
We are registering our gratitude and our excitement over this gesture that has come to us. This is the second of its kind. The other one came from the First Lady of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Remi Tinubu. And of course, this second one is coming from the Speaker. It shows that the government is concerned, deeply concerned about what is happening to the people within this general area, and therefore we are grateful, and we are assuring the government, the current administration, that we will not fail them.
Well, joining me now for more on this is the president of the Riyom Youth Molders Association, Solomon Daliop. Good to have you on the news at this time. So first off now, what do you make of the 100 million naira intervention funds to support victims of the killings? Do you believe it addresses the real needs of the communities?
Well, not actually addressing the needs of the actual needs of the people, but of course, it has gone a long way in demonstrating government concern and passion, towards alleviating and attending to the plight of the crisis-affected persons on the plateau, because this is the second of its kind under this current administration. The Plateau State government and the people are in receipt of this huge sum of money towards addressing, the pressing needs. And of course, we are full of excitement, we're full of gratitude, to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and also the leadership of the National Assembly, particularly the Green Chamber, for the Speaker to have stepped into the situation on the plateau by reaching out with this sum of 100 million naira. It is first of its kind. Unlike before that, promises were made, and then of course, none up to date has been, has been redeemed. I remember in 2018 when Riyom and Barikiladi were under another hit of attack, where over 203 people, were gruesomely murdered. And federal government has at that time promised 10 billion naira towards alleviating the plight of the people. We had written severally, there has never been any response. But under this administration of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, we've seen without even Plateau youth or Plateau people applying, or urging the federal government to bring succor to the people on its own volition. Right. They have reached out to us, and we are full of gratitude and excitement that, of course, we will not fail in administering these resources that has been brought into the state.
Right. Now, beyond the financial aid, now what kind of justice or accountability, if you like, do you believe must be adopted in following that this goes beyond just finances, about, to end the cycle of violence in the state?
Of course, having seen the deployment of security and also the rapid response that we've witnessed, in the recent time, it has actually given us a hope that, of course, the administration is working towards addressing this need. But of course, it's not all about that alone. We also clamoring for justice because there have been some arrests made so far. But we've heard from other sources that pressure is coming from some quarters towards ensuring the release of these individuals without proper investigation and possible arraignment. Because it's not all about arrest, but of course we are also clamoring for justice. And justice without arraignment of these criminal and bandit elements that have been arrested in the state will actually, take us apart, which the Plateau people and of course victims of this crisis will not appreciate if that one is done. So we are clamoring for justice. We are clamoring for dislodgement of these criminal and banditry elements that have invaded the state and have taken over villages and communities. Because without taking these people to their ancestral homes, to start up life afresh, it will amount to just giving them relief, intervention without actually addressing other components of the humanitarian aspect of the situation we find ourselves in.
And that's a fine place to leave it. Thank you so much. President, Riyom Youth Builders Association, Solomon Dalyop. We appreciate your time on the News at 10 tonight. And still ahead on TVC News at 10. Former Secretary to the Anambra State Government and campaign manager